and welcome back to the sideboard here at Starcitygames San Diego, and I am happy to be joined here by magic artist Lucas Graciano. Lucas, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, sure thing. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and you're a relatively new magic artist. Yep. How long have you been doing magic stuff?
Since M11.
Okay. What was the first piece you did? Do you know?
I did Earth Servant and Nightwing Shade or Nightshade.
Right.
Something.
I think it's Nightwing Shade. And you've been doing it ever since, pretty regularly. They've even given you some somewhat big pieces, like tokens are very numerous. You got a zombie token sitting right here. Promo Grave Titan, big one. And you've got some new stuff in Return to Ravnica, like Treasury Thrall, which we have right here in front of me. What's your favorite piece that you've done for Magic?
There's a few of them I like for specific things, but I like the Grave Titan came out pretty good. The promo Grave Titan. Nils Ham did the original one, which was great, and it gave me a lot of inspiration for mine. And it's kind of unfortunate he got credit for that second one too.
Right, that's an interesting story. So you don't get credit for your promo Grave Titan on the card. Right. Nils Ham does.
Nils Ham does, yeah.
How'd that happen?
Ask
They
Wizards.
just forgot to replace the name?
I imagine that's what happened. They swapped the art. And,
sure.
Jeremy says it doesn't happen often, but it does. And it's no big deal. It's unfortunate it was that card. It was a good card, but it is what it is.
All right, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Introduce yourself to the folks at home. Tell them a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you got to school, how you got into art, stuff like that.
My name is Lucas Graciano, and I was born in Southern California here, just north of San Diego. I got my training at a small art school called the Ottilie, classically trained art school. A lot of figure painting and drawing, a lot of traditional based stuff. All my work is in oils, and I can attribute that to all the education I got at that school. From there, I built a portfolio, and I had talked to Jeremy a number of times, and eventually he gave me a shot, and been working on M11 since M11 on. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, I grew up painting dragons and knights, and I think it was a perfect fit for me, working on Magic, and have a lot of fun doing it.
Right, and now you say you're now teaching at that same school that you graduated from.
Right.
That's not your day job.
No, I consider myself a freelance artist, and teaching is also a part-time thing. It's a way for me to kind of give back to a lot of the students and in the school for what I had gotten out of it, and it's also a way of continuing my education, kind of like my PhD, if you will, in art. I've been there for about 11 years now, and it's a wonderful school, wonderful group of people. Some of the other artists there are students there work on Magic as well, and it's just a really cool environment, a great place to kind of build each other up.
Excellent. How did you get hooked up with Wizards of the Coast?
Oh man, that's a good question.
Was it originally with Magic, or was it one of their other games? Or?
I don't remember if it was. I did some work on D&D, and I've done a Forgotten Realms work. I think Magic was the first job I'd gotten with Wizards in particular. Jeremy Cranford was my art director for the World of Warcraft card games, and he was early on. He was one of the directors for Magic, and then Jeremy Jarvis took over when Jeremy left. And Jeremy Cranford introduced me to Jeremy Jarvis at Comic-Con, and I think it's where Jeremy first saw my work, but wasn't quite ready.
Right.
Started building my skills, and then eventually Jeremy thought I was worthy and gave me a shot. And
cool. Yeah. Now you've also done some work for Sony. Is that correct?
Yeah, Sony Online. They have their Legends of Norath card game, and that's been a lot of fun to work on. I've worked with Paizo, relatively new RPG company, doing some of their Pathfinder covers. I've worked with small publishing companies. I mean, all sorts of different people, really. Magic's one of them. Right now, they're definitely my main client. I'm not taking as much work. I'm a new dad at home, so I got to spend a lot of time at home with my daughter and paint when I can. So that doesn't leave me a lot of time for work, but Magic is definitely the most of it.
Now, your style doesn't exactly say new dad to me. There's a lot of spikes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fading into the mist kind of gross things that do this kind of things happening. Has that always been your styles, to sort of hedge towards black cards and red cards?
I think so. I've always been into the darker fantasy. I grew up watching movies like Dungeons and Dragons, and I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I like that more grounded fantasy. Something where it can be believable, something that could have existed, and I think that's just kind of my natural.
So we're not going to see you drawing many angels?
I wouldn't mind doing an angel, but I don't know. Jeremy, when he sees my work, he sees skulls, dragon, or zombies,
shark
dragons.
things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like Vexing Devil.
Vexing Devil.
Another one.
Yeah, that's a popular one.
Yep. And so you're obviously working here in Return to Ravnica. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen everything in Return to Ravnica yet. But you're still working with Wizards of the Coast going forward. Don't give me any details, but you're still working going forward so that you can go past your first page on the Gatherer search.
Yeah.
You only got one page right now.
Do I?
You got to go to the second page soon. You're getting there.
You're getting
close, but
if they put up the promos and the tokens, I might actually be on page 2.
That is a possibility. I hadn't considered that. I should look that up.
You should.
Yeah. But so you, where can people find your work?
My website, www.lucasgraciano.com. I have a blog also, www.lucasgraciano.blogspot.com. And those are pretty much where I put up most of my recent work.
And you have a lot of original pieces for sale.
I do, yeah.
And your original pieces are different than a lot of people's original pieces because, as you said, you work in oils.
Yeah, everything's oils.
A lot of people work in computer, just on the computer,
right.
and not with the old materials anymore.
Right, the old materials.
And so you've got things like Treasury Thrall, you have the Zombie Token. You've also got Crippling Blight and Demon Lord of Ashmouth sitting over there. So you got lots of originals if people want to buy them.
Yes.
All right.
So appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Great.
So go check it out. And you can also just buy sketches.
Sketches, prints.
Artist prints and things like that. So lots of stuff available. All right. Any other plugs you wanna make?
I think that's about it.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me in Sideboard and for coming out, and hope to see you again soon.
All right.
Thanks, man.